go live on X for some ungodly reason. You need a premium subscription, but
okay, cool. Well,
welcome. I'm Maz, and that is
what? We were in the middle of a conversation, man. What the fuck?
we're live.
Oh, you're live. Wait, I can't change my name. Oh no, what happened? Oh, most professional, whatever we call it in the business. Where'd you go, dude?
I don't.
There you go. Yeah, okay. Here, I'm just going to change my name now because, all of this is stuff that we should have done prior to going live, but, who cares?
Hi, everyone.
Or recording if you were.
Yeah, we're live. Who gives a flying fuck? So we're going to discuss the Royal Rumble.
And Maz and Satcast, everybody. Welcome in. Nice to see you tonight on this Royal Rumble. Oh, shit. Did you already do that? Did I just interrupt you? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you never interrupted me.
No, never. What are we here to talk about? I forgot.
I wish I forgot.
Shit. I think I'm going to forget. By the end of the show, it's going to be like, oh, no. Did something happen last night? I don't remember.
Yeah. So as a whole, how did you feel about the show?
I don't know. Like, okay, I think I know how to describe this in a way that makes me feel comfortable describing. Like, seriously, okay. So think about Joe Hendry. Okay, I kind of think the show was Joe Hendry. Okay, so like the gimmick, fucking amazing. Right, the personality, man, the promos that they ran for the show, the extra pre-show, like, they told us we were getting 4 matches, so it's just the hype and like, oh my god, you see the building and the ramp, and it's like, holy fuck, this is the craziest Royal Rumble. This is going to be so fucking amazing. Look at the men in the match. Look at these matches. Blah blah blah. And in the end, it wasn't like, oh no, that was fucking awful. To me, it was more just like, it was like a mid-card jobber that came out, put on a workable match, and his gimmick, goes over. But after that, there's really not a whole lot, the most substance of the entire night was the most confusing part of the entire night for me, which was when Cody went back to like gloat over KO's carcass. It was confusing because it's like, is he going full heel? Is he gloating, or did they want the camera shot? Because that was another part of tonight. There was a lot of like cinematic forced camera shots that you saw dudes like purposely get in place for. So I didn't know if that's what Cody was doing because it was confusing. And I think that's where like the storytelling tonight was really fucking confusing. I don't feel like any good story. And I've been watching the shows, watching everybody fucking shoot on each other. Like everybody's in a rivalry with everybody. And I've been like, okay, well, it leaves a lot of open windows, right, for opportunities. But I saw wrestling tonight. I saw 2 Royal Rumble matches. I saw a tag match that got no response from a crowd of 70,000 people. No response at all. Like they could have wrestled that in an AEW crowd and gotten more fucking response. Like sad, like really, really sad. A shit show for Indy. That's another thing that I came away with. Pat McAfee oversold Indianapolis by a lot. And if it doesn't hurt Pat's credibility, then like, I don't know what will, but I'll attack him on it because I love Pat. I supported this whole thing. Indy fans, blah, blah, blah. This was the deadest fucking show I've seen in, I don't even know, like since John Cena versus The Miz at pay-per-views, dude. Like
WrestleMania 27.
So bad. It was, the crowd was pathetic with a capital P. They cheered for fucking Charlotte Flair, dude.
So how do I put this?
Stephanie Vacourt.
Charlotte's outfit.
Oh my god. Dude, we're bouncing around a lot. Let's go back to the overall. So overall, okay. Overall, I am confused. I don't know if I enjoyed it. I don't know if I hated it. I don't know if anything even fucking happened. I don't know. Like, I don't even know. Like, I know who won and lost the matches. But outside of that, like, oh, by the way, I did make one prediction that, I mean, we didn't make any firm predictions. We were just throwing around ideas. But I did kind of call what happened tonight with the men. So that's kind of cool. Because I talked about how everybody going into it was talking about Cody's belt. And I'm like, what if they swerve it and go after Gunther's belt? And obviously that's what's going to, I mean, they've been heating up for a while, right? So.
All right. So production wise, let's start there.
Yeah, let's.
So the bottom, the graphics, awesome.
Great stuff. Yeah.
The ramp is way too fucking long.
They did it to give everybody an entrance, right? That's what it felt like. Everybody got an entrance. Everybody got their music and video package, and everybody got to wear their extra gear and take it off and walk down this long ramp, which I didn't have a problem with so much, but it was far, far, far too long. And
when people are sprinting and it's taking them 30 seconds.
Well, not just that, but they stayed cut away from the ring, which dude, we only, in my opinion, from a minutes on screen versus minutes off screen, we probably only saw 2/3 of what happened in the ring tonight. Like, we probably missed an entire third of what happened in the ring during the Royal Rumble match, because they just stayed on them through their, like, fucking Roman Reigns got his whole fucking thing. Like, so, and the whole time it's on him.
The clock was clearly gimmicked because
yeah.
I don't understand how some of the shit took 5 minutes and then somebody just getting in the ring and 10, 9, 8, 7.
Which, you know, it's professional wrestling. We're professionally wrestling fans, so we've watched every single Royal Rumble. We know that kind of like is how it works. Like,
right.
But if you like, I feel like when you go out of your way to make certain things super obvious, it just becomes like, I don't know. It just kind of like hurts other things, you know? Yeah. How was your overall feel?
So I enjoyed the Women's Rumble.
I did too, actually. Especially in retrospect, out of all 4 matches. Like,
yeah.
I'll go back and watch the women's.
The tag.
Wait. Hold on. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You're summing up the night. I was gonna say, like, because you talked about the Women's Rumble, and I enjoyed it up until Nia Jax eliminates 8 people at once. Like that was, because that was really sloppy setting up too, and it took so long. It's like, who didn't fucking see it coming while Nia's waiting on the ropes, just watching them all do it? Like, I get it. You want to have your big guy clear out the ring, but come on.
Right. And of course it's Nia. So funny thing about Nia. Somebody that I live with came downstairs and said, there is more fabric on Nia's ass than 3 of these other girls have combined.
That's a woman saying that, by the way.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify. Fuck, dude. But, yeah, she was a mess. Okay.
So then the ladder match I really thought was really good. It was violent. It was very slow. I thought they did a good job. So when Kevin Dunn was in charge of production, you would never get the replays, and they you hit a replay, the same replay like 3 times. I thought that was a good touch to make more impact of moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really see Cody's going to turn heel.
I guess. I
You
mean,
got to get that
again,
fucking magnet out there with him though.
Okay, so overall, what did you think of the show?
I
get distracted by Brandy conversation, bro.
As a whole, I gotta throw Brand in just like she would. As a whole, what was it? About 4 hours and 20 minutes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I want some of that time back.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I understand that. I guess. That's just the thing of it, though, right? Like, where do you get it? If you're gonna watch the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, like, where are you getting that time?
Well, I mean, you go 15 minutes into a segment that is showing people in the crowd, and then you come back after commercial and go back to another group of people in the crowd. They can really tighten that up a lot.
Yeah, 100%. I hear you there. They did do a tremendous amount of filler to try and make it feel like Mania. And I mean, I have a feeling SummerSlam is going to be about the same pace. Like, so basically at this point, it's just going to be like, we're just like, that's just what these are going to be. They're going to be WrestleMania style, like all the way every time, because this show, like, and yeah, 100%, dude. Like the tickets for tonight were so bad. Like, we've talked a lot about Vegas, but I tried to get, like, I looked at several different spots for tonight because I was like, you know, my boy's birthday is this weekend and blah blah blah, next weekend, and it was terrible. It, like, and then seeing it tonight, I was looking at near the stage, like down in that corner where they would come out from Gorilla, and there's like that little stage there. It was like right there. So then I'm looking at where that is to the fucking ring.
You never see it.
Oh my God, dude. I'd be watching the big screen the whole night. That's all I'd be doing. And so I mean, but okay, that's a general problem with all of the football stadium shows that I have. The floors are just way too big because you're in a football stadium. But that's how they have to do it to get that many people. And at this point, they make so much off of it. That's never, I mean, maybe it'll go away at some point in the future, but I'd say it's more likely that, you know, the whole global economic situation will collapse before that. You know what I mean? It would take something that extreme to make WWE back off of like whatever, because ticket prices aren't swaying them. And I have to imagine that that's part of the issue with the crowd. Like, it's twofold, right? One, the stadium's just too fucking big. It's just too big. You can't mic it to where the crowd, like, I guarantee you people at the show would be pissed if you told them that the crowd sucked. Like, there are people that were probably standing for 3/4 of it, have no voice today or tomorrow, you know, shit like that. But because of how big it is and just the way you mic it, and the way they mic'd tonight, they said, hey, we want to make sure the crowd out watching this worldwide on Netflix, like they touted, can hear every fucking call from every fucking wrestler. That shit. And when they zoomed in at the end to hear Rollins and Reigns talking shit to each other, I was like, stop. We don't
I've been
want
to 2.
to hear them.
I've been to 2 WrestleManias.
Okay.
One, I was in an open air stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And the feedback that we got was the crowd was dead. Mm-hmm. And the crowd was insane for that.
Of course.
But open air, you can't hear shit. That was what, WrestleMania 29, Jets, MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
And then I was at the Jerry's World for 32, which was, what was the main, was Triple H against Roman. Fucking awful.
Yeah.
And that is,
God, the 30s
it's a continent. It's closed, but It's so big.
Yeah,
There was legitimately 90,000 people there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they said over 100 today.
Probably.
64,000 were sold this morning, and they tout everybody that's in the arena, so they 70,000 plus, blah blah blah.
Yep.
But you can't, like, the crowd. They popped, but it's hard to keep them up here for 4 hours. So
100%.
That's where the tag match came in. But 2 out of 3 falls, it was like 12 minutes for 3 falls.
Yes.
If that.
Well, I have to assume they rushed it. Like I have to assume
14 minutes is what Wicked.
Dude. I mean, those
2 minutes.
All 4 of those guys deserve much more than what they got out of that match. That's all I want to say, is that I feel like all 4 of those dudes deserved way more than what they got out of that match. The Street Profits probably saved it in the end, though, to be honest, because I liked it just because it was so dead. It was so bad. Like the first 2 falls got 1, 2, 3, and like people didn't even stand up. Like there was no like there was nothing. So when Montez came out and cracks a dude with a crutch, like at least it got people to stand up. Like I'll say that. Like at least it got people to stand up, and it was sad. Like, that's all I thought was
poorly booked or poorly executed, but it was bad.
Well, the match wasn't bad. Like that, like from my perspective, like once we realized in my house that the crowd was just going to be dead, we fucking locked in and we're like, okay, we're going to watch how these two work. There were so many cool things that they did. The false tag that they pulled off for that first fall was fucking awesome, because everybody's initial, like it felt like the whole crowd kind of thought they botched, and then the way they pulled it off was just, it was tits. Like I thought it was really good. And I got to be honest, Tommaso Ciampa might be like, I don't know. He might go into like my top 25 at this point. Like he might break into top 25. Like he is just so fucking fun to watch. And when him and Johnny are together, whether they're against each other or tag teams, like I want to watch his matches, period. Like that's Chris and Shelly, Nathan, they gave it a good effort. They're old. They are fucking old. Like, should have put them in there with the Hardys.
I guess. Well, should we go to?
Let's go back and let's break things down. Okay, so we'll start back with the women's rumbles. So we'll just kind of go through it. Okay. EO coming.
Let's do like 1 through 30, but not where they're eliminated or whatever. And then
no. Yeah. We're not. No. I'm just gonna give my and we can just work through it. So, okay. EO and Liv coming out first. I thought was awesome. I like the great move that you're gonna get those two for some longevity. I got to be honest, we were really pulling for EO to win from number 1, even though obviously Charlotte was the favorite. Once EO came out at number 1, my whole house, EO was the kind of like heartfelt favorite, I guess you will. Like we all wanted EO to win. But she didn't even get a fucking elimination. So
saying she got 1.
Oh, I don't have her down for 1. And we kept track. Roxanne, though, coming in at 3, I thought was even cooler. And by the end of it, she fucking broke Bailey's record.
Of course she did, because now that's a storyline.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's awesome. Like, I'm sorry, like I mean, obviously, I think it's something that Bailey obviously kind of like knew was like had to have known was coming, right? Or
Right.
like they had to have discussed it in some way as part of their because they've been working together down in NXT so well, and Roxanne was great tonight. Like she did a lot of stuff. Um, and then we get the two mid card belt holders. Chelsea was
You got
so,
Lyra
well,
first.
Lyra first, yeah, but I'm not going to go down every single. I said both women's mid card champs.
Okay.
Chelsea was
The star.
Oh my god, dude!
They did the same thing last year too, where she took everybody's move.
She was the star of the match. Like, just absolutely brilliant with the way she handled it. BFAB, who I said wasn't coming in, so that was a bit of a shock because I said no to her. Ivy looked fucking great.
Yeah, I don't like her gear.
You don't like that? I like her gear actually. We can start talking about gear as we're working through here because I don't have anything.
Chelsea's gear was great.
Oh, beautiful. With the extra ruffled skirt thing that she pulled out that looked like a dress. Oh, it was great. It was.
Great. We have to go back to Liv.
Okay.
Best makeup she's ever had.
Oh,
she looked great.
Oh, she looked like $1 million. Like, period. She always does.
So then you had Zoe.
Zoe looked awful. Zoe's gear was bad. Pants didn't fit, and she could wear a different top. And the makeup gimmick, like,
she literally had the Barry Windham gimmick.
Yeah.
What?
The whole thing with her was weird, but we got that whole group by the end of it, and that I didn't mind so much. I don't know. They're all three of them are so awkward because they're both like, all three of them are like, tough. Like, but Shayna looks the best out of the three of them by far. And I wonder if Shayna has like any type of run in her. Probably not. No,
I'm gonna say that faction, whatever they are, is gloom and doom.
Oh yeah. Fair enough. And Lash Legend, nice little show up, I guess.
The legs were amazing. She was all glistening and everything else. I dug it.
She's tall.
I guess she is in their context.
Oh yeah.
Because you're making all of them look. They're all small, I guess. They're not grown women.
No. Up until this point, other than the first two, we really hadn't had anything but mid-carders, and
BFAB probably could go.
Yeah,
get rid of her. I didn't see a lot.
Yeah. But then we get Bianca, so we get like our first,
star.
Since the first two,
right.
Like the establishers, we finally get another star. I mean, I don't really have much to say about Bianca. She did Bianca things. Shayna, Bailey.
They did Bailey a disservice tonight.
I thought so too. I was just gonna say something similar. Like, I feel like Bailey did not have a good night, and it really sucks because Bailey has really been hyping up for tonight. Would have been a big night for her to look good. I guess maybe she's doing enough work on shows right now that it just, I don't know, but they didn't do anything good for Bailey tonight.
No, not at all.
Sonya. So now all three of them are in. Oh my. Maxine Dupree.
She needs to go to NXT, to be honest.
Yeah. Yes. But the gimmick.
It's fun.
Oh, the fuck pulls down the straps and does the reverse caterpillar.
Yeah.
I loved it. But
Yeah.
yes, she needs some NXT time. If she's going to have a solo career, she needs to go down to NXT.
Yeah.
Naomi. So now Bianca's got her teammate Jada Parker.
Yes, she's a grown woman.
Jada Parker is a grown woman.
So yes. I don't think
that is one way of putting it.
Whatever she did on social media did her any favors with the crowd.
Yeah.
But she's a talent.
Yeah. That's kind of the thing of this entire Women's Royal Rumble is there's a lot of talent, but it feels a lot of it feels very unpolished. And it became, by the end of it, it very literally became like old guard versus new guard.
I like that.
But the problem is it felt like, like Trish is not Charlotte. Nikki is not Charlotte. Like you had 3 generations in there and you were kind of like, because of the way you booked it, you kind of backed into a corner. Yeah. Like where the middle, so Bailey, Becky not even there, which I think most people assumed, but like I know it was a hyped up thing, but Becky not even there. I mean, yeah, it kind of feels like they're already pushing them out the door. And to be fair, Charlotte gets the win here, but she didn't look good. First of all, she looked awful, like physically, like she looked awful. But how I, unrecognizable, as I called, very clearly a different cup size than she was when she left. And the knee brace thing, like, so is it a gimmick or was it a real brace?
Well, because for ACL.
But like she's like she has this brace that looks foam. It doesn't look like a real fucking brace. Like
I don't think she's going to use that brace the whole time. I think that was just because there's going to be so many people in the ring.
Okay.
So they used the super brace.
Well, she was still limping.
Yeah,
she was still limping, and it wasn't a work. She was trying to. Yeah, she was trying to no sell it, walking out like but she couldn't even get up to the fucking rope to point without fucking limping on it. So
Bailey got hurt too. It looked like.
Yeah. Well. Again, those matches have a tendency to do that because people get tired and spots get sloppy. There's people everywhere. Like you're just not like it happens. But it like putting, Charlotte and no, I already said it. The old guard versus the new guard, but they kind of screwed over some people in it, and it didn't look great. Trish looking better than some of the people that like came after her was a little rough to me. Nikki looked really fucking good. Now I don't know what she's gonna look like if she like. I don't know if we're ever gonna see him again outside of the Royal Rumble. So I'm not.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not too. No, I don't know. Nikki looked like she might be able to work, but I don't know if I want to see her work.
Well, Trish is like 52 years old.
Oh no, I know, but still. Like, so we were talking about that because I brought up after she came out, I was like, oh, Mike got that wrong because you're like, well, they can't do the Trish and Lita thing again, and I'm like, well, they didn't do Lita, but Trish got her, and then I was like, but why the fuck wouldn't you if you were her? I mean, she can still put on the gear and look fucking great. I don't know what those pants were that she was wearing. Like, who dresses these people sometimes? Like,
Sandra's in the AEW now.
Who's that?
The seamstress.
Oh, okay.
Black lady.
Back to the thing. So Piper Niven comes in at this point, right? So Jada Parker, blah blah blah. Piper Niven. Like at that point, Chelsea, I'm like, oh, Chelsea's gonna fucking win this shit now. Like, but of course not. They're gonna gimmick it.
Right.
Piper Niven had probably my favorite moment of the entire night. When who was it? Was it who was it that she body checked? I don't know. Do you remember
good of a moment?
No, do you remember who it was that she body checked the shit out of? There was a moment. It was Trish. Trish is doing all her shit, looking all good, and then Piper just came in and just checked her ass straight to the ground, and then she like flipped her hair and like did all that stuff and acted all like hyped up. And to see Piper do that, it was, dude, then the crowd reacted too. And obviously we've been talking so much, so I'm going to keep putting Piper over as much as possible to everybody that watches this. So they'll just get fired up. But oh my God, please put her in the Nia spot. She's so much better, and she's so much, oh my God. Piper Niven did great tonight. She had fantastic night. Natalia showed up. That was kind of interesting. Another
lingerie.
I was just going to say another clear faux pas of getting dressed prior to going into the match. Like no clue how to put clothes on to go wrestle. Jordan Grace, however, had great ring gear. The hair, wonderful. Oh my God. Absolutely brilliant. Oh yeah, dude. It looks so good. All right. Mishin, she's got to be done. She's got to be on her way out. Like that's, I wish she wasn't. I like Maya, but she's got to be on her way out.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. Okay, man. You ready for this?
They are selling Lily dolls tonight.
I know. Oh, I know. On www.shop.com. I'm going to get me one of those dolls, even though they're scary. Called this one. Definitely wanted this one. Definitely called that she was going to come back as Twisted. And her smile, I'm sorry, but when she smiled and then like yelled into the hard camera, "I'm back, bitches," or "the bitch is back," or whatever. I think she said "the bitch is back" or something like. Oh my God, dude! When she hit that, I was just so excited because it's like good. Like, let's see, what does Alexa have left? What can Alexa do? She's got her kid now, so I don't know. Becky's out there acting, from what I understand. Like she's out there. Yeah.
That's probably what Alexa should do.
No, don't say that, dude. I want Alexa to perform in the ring. Like for real. And then to see, dude, you're telling me, and I know like obviously her and Liv, they're gonna get a little bit of mileage out of that, but I want to see her and Tiffy. Alexa and Tiffy.
I don't see that.
Ooh. Zelina came in next. Ring gear on point.
Huh?
She looked good.
She always looks good. She's like 4'8". I saw her up close in person. It's
really. I saw the Bella twins up close in person a couple times actually. Like I met them. I met them for a photo thing at a Comic-Con, and then when I went to a Monday Night Raw up in Green Bay, we were seated on the floor level, and we were like there was a tiny little concession stand like right out of the locker room, so they would come in and out, and they walked right by us, and I had been next to them before, but I was like, dude, they're fairly basic. Candice LeRae looking good. In my opinion, I like the Poison Pixie version of her better.
So the first NXT I went to, I was on the stage, and she was there, and Britt Baker was there. Candice she's a pretty woman up close.
I would believe that. That's one I would believe for sure.
But she looks like a normal,
yeah, exactly. And she overdoes it on all the color and everything else because she's a performer. I thought she looked good tonight. I like it better than the face stuff, to be honest.
You didn't want her in.
I didn't. And I didn't think but once she got into the Nia, once she jumped on Nia's bandwagon, she got in as like part of that. It didn't really play out either. It's kind of dumb. Stephanie Vacour here though.
Star.
Yeah. She got a great reaction, did she?
She did.
For someone kind of unknown, like I thought she got a pretty good reaction.
They popped huge. fantastic
She looked great.
look.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, she killed it too. So many moments
Yeah.
where she was in it. She was visible. The thing,
She
like
stuck out.
the people that hide under the ropes and you never see them do shit until they take a move
Penta.
from somebody. Yeah, Penta had a problem with that tonight, dude. Stephanie went for people.
Right.
She stuck out. She had a lot of moments where you were watching her, and yeah, I think she had eyes on her, dude. She had my eyes on her. And I'm watching everybody. Trish, which we've already discussed. What the fuck was Raquel wearing tonight?
I think she's a pretty girl. I don't know. She looked pregnant or something. It wasn't good. And it looked like she had a nipple slip.
Maybe, who knows, with everything that was going on with whatever she was wearing.
Yeah,
it was so weird.
Dig the gimmick. I think her and Liv are going to get a tag shot. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
I actually thought that too, and I thought Alexa coming back, maybe you work her back in a tag, and maybe that's something that you do. So that actually makes sense. I want her to just go back to wearing the pants. What the fuck happened with the pants? Like the pants.
What is the big mommy cool with the sunglasses? It's dumb.
They're so bad. Every pair she wears are awful.
Right?
Dude, McAfee fucking ripped on her at the presser that they had before SmackDown about how they were too little for her face. He's like, and you're too small glass, because she looks, dude, terrible gimmick. Somebody needs to stop it now.
Right.
You're killing her. And then we get Charlotte, obviously. Fuck that. Julia. Okay, worst spot possible for Julia. Like, no response. Nobody had a fucking clue. And you don't have her in the match long enough to really build up any recognition, right? Like, I don't know.
I think they tried to make Stephanie shine more because Julia has the title match.
Okay.
With Roxanne, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. I understand what you're saying.
But I guess Stephanie has the Fallon match, so
yeah, no Fallon Henley. There was a lot, dude. This wasn't bad. The way they picked people for it, like the lineup for this Royal Rumble is the best female lineup that they've had yet, in my opinion. Like,
I mean, it was good. I would have done without Trish.
Nikki at 30. What? I
would have put AJ at 30. I mean, I don't know if she was willing to do it. So that's
she clearly wasn't. Like, I have to imagine that she wasn't. That's, because everybody wanted to know. And Punk kind of played everybody a little bit with it. Like,
well, it's the perfect thing.
Yeah. No, I understand. But like, if I'm her, right? If I'm her, I don't come back unless I believe I am going to go on like a genuine run. Like, I don't come back just to do the Rumble for the sake of doing the Rumble. You know what I mean? Like that, like if you don't want to do the Rumble, if she did want to do the Rumble, then she would have come back just to do the Rumble, even if she didn't have to do anything else. And it would have been an easy get, but obviously it wasn't, because again, Punk's already there. If it's an easy get, then she would have been there.
It's in her hands, I guess.
Nikki at 30. I don't like Nikki at 30. If I had to make one complaint from start to finish on this match, I think it really would be Nikki at 30, but it had no effect. So are you really going to complain? Or are you just going to say, you know what? You don't get them right every year. And I mean, I'll never forget Rey Mysterio coming out at 30, a fan favorite, absolute first ballot Hall of Fame lover, and he got fucking booed at 30.
Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
that was a bad Rumble, by the way.
Oh, dude, awful Rumble. Absolutely. And you didn't have any of that tonight. Nikki got a great pop. I thought Nikki got a great pop.
She did.
All right, let's
She looked
see.
like Brie in the face.
I'm going to go through my notes just to make sure I covered everything I wanted to cover for the Women's Royal Rumble here. Okay. All right, here we go. Io, again, amazing start. Bianca, the spot with the backflips. So the spot where she stacked people in the corner with the backflips, I fucking loved it. Loved it. And when the crowd's chanting one more time, I was already chanting. I was on that train. I wanted another one. I wanted to see more because it was a cool spot. I mean, you're in the Royal Rumble, right? Like that was a good Royal Rumble spot. And I don't feel like you get a lot of those that aren't like every Rumble, right? Like Logan Paul hitting the announce table tonight. That wasn't that cool. I've seen that done before. In fact, I've seen it done cooler. But the spot that Bianca pulled, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. I've never seen 6 or 7 people, what it was at the end, stacked up in the corner as I'm doing backflips over them. Like I've never seen, awesome. It was awesome. The pop for Alexa was very, very good. Very, very good. I was very happy for that because, dude, if they didn't know her, great pop for Stephanie, which we already discussed. Piper killed Trish. That was hilarious. No pop for Julia, which we discussed. Trish biting Zelina Vega's fingers. That was kind of fun. Weird, Zelina was holding onto the ropes and Trish is biting her fingers. So I got the impression that Trish was having a good time tonight. And I mean, I'm here for that. I know you don't like the spot being taken. I get it, but once a year, let Trish have a little bit of a good time, let her have a good time.
So it's okay, I guess.
No Becky. Automatically. So this one was from my son. Automatically, like you couldn't go higher than a 4-star match. It automatically got deducted a star down to 4-star for Nia Jax eliminating 8 people at once. Which I can't argue with that because I mean it feels like lazy booking. It feels like lazy booking.
She keeps getting the push.
Well, that too. Why are you giving Nia that kind of clout? Charlotte limping and Roxanne. So yeah, that's we covered all of it.
So I'm gonna throw something out there.
You go right ahead, my friend. Yes. Oh God, no.
No. Hear me out. Okay. You're gonna appreciate this.
Okay.
It missed stars.
Mm-hmm.
If you have Rhea and Tiffy in it, it becomes instantly more exciting. So have the belt on somebody that you're using as a transaction or a transitional champion going in so that you can have more star power in it. You wasted a couple spots, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't it have been better if Rhea was in there?
Yeah, but I mean that's an every year issue, right? Like your champions are never in it. So, like, I understand, but you just don't get that. You never get that. Yeah, Rhea is probably someone that you want in it, but I don't know if you can. Like, I think it's better. Like, I honestly think it's better because Rhea has to win. Like, if Rhea's in that match, Rhea has to. No, I'm just saying though. Like if it was still in transition, right? Like, you can't. I mean, I don't give a fuck if Charlotte's coming back. You got to put it on Rhea. Rhea's got to win. That's just what it is. And I mean, look. Anyway, so I understand what you're saying, and yes, I agree with you on its face, but I think part of that comes down to they only booked 4 matches, and what you're really used to is seeing 6 matches where you get your champion. Like you get your championship match. So you still get to see your champion. The thing I will say is there's there were less people on the list that I would have called straight up jobbers, right? So like the NXT women that came out, they're all kind of in the picture, right? And then the tag, like the tag centric people, they're all in the picture.
We didn't get any Caden and Casey, so that
right,
was fun.
right. And you're, I mean, there were a couple spots that were, I mean, maybe a bit of a reach. Maybe they were better people to go in there, and we could argue that till the cows come home. But what did we say on our prediction show? We said, did we dedicate 3 or 4 spots? I think it was 3. We said 10%, right, for legends. So what would, I mean, if you qualify, do you qualify Nikki? I mean, I qualify Nikki. She's not. Trish. Yeah, Nikki. No, you got Natalia too. Don't forget Natalia. You're not. I mean, are you considering Natalia to be like a rostered person at this point? Like, I consider her a legend at this point. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you got 3. So
let's real quick. BFAB.
Yeah.
Sonya. Zoe.
No, again, they're in the so they're in the tag, they're going to be in the tag, and they're going to be pushing them, like, yeah, no, I could argue that in previous years, like, they would have only put in 2 of them, or they only would have put in 1 of them, or whatever. You know, they had to Rochambeau to see. Yes, exactly. Right. Like, so from that aspect, I could see a couple of spots. Okay. But I did say they were, all 3 of them were going to fucking be in there. I kind of figured they were going to go that route because they are pushing them. Jada, I would argue Jada was always going to have a spot. Like, I think, you know, I think everybody wants Jada to work. Jada's going to be one of those people that behind the scenes, they want Jada to work. So
yeah,
like
Lash was good too. I thought
Lash actually was good. She came in like shit, but I have to admit, like, if I were her, I'd probably be nervous as shit if it were my friend, you know, stuff like that. So like, but she hung around for a little bit and she did not make an ass out of herself. I will say that. No, nobody really did. It's not the reason I liked it. I didn't think anybody really, I mean,
when number 30 came out and it was Nikki, you knew Charlotte was going to win. That was my only
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that. As soon as Nikki came out at 30, I knew Charlotte was going to win. So, but that's okay. I kind of knew Charlotte was going to win before the match. I mean, I think most people kind of like Charlotte was the lock, kind of, you know, like it's just a matter of where they book her. If they book her to go after Tiffy, or if they book her to go after Rhea.
She's going Rhea.
We'll see. I don't know. I mean, I understand that logic, but I also don't like why. Like, I mean, go after the fucking Money in the Bank like winner, the one that's only there because they got a fucking championship match off a ladder and stole it. You know,
they're 1-1. That's why.
Oh, her and Rhea.
Yeah, at WrestleMania. That's
okay. Why. Okay. Well, then that's good. But okay, that's good enough reason for me. Right. See, like that works. Like they can run that as a gimmick, man. It's not just that, you know, for the title or whatever. It's legit. If they're 1-1 at WrestleMania, well, let's go. Let's go. I'm okay with that. Especially because it hasn't been the last 3 years. It wasn't last year and the year before.
Yeah. COVID in the PC was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, so we'll move on to the tag match then. I mean, I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. Pat said the one thing that I thought it lived up to, which was marathon at a sprint pace. They started moving and they didn't stop. I liked it. 0 reactions to the fall. I really enjoyed it. High level wrestling, good heel work by Gargano and Ciampa for sure. And then the Street Profits ending it off was kind of cool to me. Not cool for everybody. It was cool for me. It was professional wrestling at its finest.
Right.
So, okay, you wanna talk about the main event?
Are you talking the ladder?
Yeah.
We already covered it. It was good. There's a lot of outs. I can't believe Kevin was folded up as long as he was at the end.
Flat finish.
Yeah.
When Cody grabbed the belts, it was almost like people were in shock.
You wanted Sammy to run in, do something.
Yeah, that was weird, right? What
Right?
the fuck? Like, Sammy's right there, and why bring Sammy out if he's not getting involved in that moment? Like,
Right.
why do that? Man, that match ended. Hornswoggle's ladder, loved it. Absolutely loved.
Going, though. They did it 30 times.
Okay, so the best one was when KO climbed on top of it and everybody started cheering. So then he got down and then punched it. I was like, fuck yeah. He did that a couple other times. Like, I think he had like 2 or 3 of those where.
By far the best match of the night.
Oh, yeah, dude. It was the main event. It should have been the main event. It should have gone last. There were a couple spots that I just. When Kevin got bombed into the ladder that was turned sideways and his back hit like on the end of it.
Yeah.
That was hard to watch. Then right after that, Cody took the ladder shot where he got thrown onto the ladder into the corner and it collapsed into the ropes. And so he just rolled off of it and that looked like it probably fucking hurt. Right. But then the finish, like the spot from the announcers table was no, the spot before the announcers table, the spot where he looks like he's gonna driver him into the fucking thing, and then he ends up just what does he just power bombs him? Does he power bomb him? What does he do to him in that moment? What did he do to Cody? What did KO do to Cody off the rope where then he hits it? He goes off to the side, lays down like he's dead. KO hit his head, and that's where or his face, and that's where he got blood. And it was right before the final spot. But that whole spot, that whole
it looked segment, like maybe a botched package pile driver.
Yeah, it was. It was just kind of dangerous feeling, which I mean, what do you want?
We said last week that was going to happen.
We knew that that's what they were going to do because that's what they know that's what you have to do. Like if you're going to push the storyline that way, you have to be willing to go to that place. It's just, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the old man in me, the dad. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it that. When I know that they're that they're kind of in a place where they're taking bumps that they probably shouldn't, and they're letting each other do shit to themselves that they shouldn't, like it just gets kind of hard to watch. That match was hard to watch. It should have been the main event because of that too. Right. Like it should have been the main event because of that. You should have gotten the absolute payoff of that. Now, the way that they end it, the end of the night being an absolute yeet fest. I hate Jey Uso way more than I did before now. Like I hate that. Like I can't remember the last time I hated a Royal Rumble win like more than this. Maybe Randy.
Batista.
Oh, I hated Batista. But I knew what they were doing. So but I know what they're doing here too. Obvious. It's obvious what they're doing.
Right. Merch.
Oh, Mike.
He is so
Mike. I hate this, dude.
He's so sloppy.
He's so sloppy. And
hot doggy.
Yep. Nothing's tight ever.
No.
Nothing is ever laid in ever. No, I don't want to see it. And here's the thing: Gunther's got a point about how he puts people through it to make them go for his title. And in the pre-show, he talked about that, how whoever wins is going to go for Cody, and he already knows that, so he doesn't care. Well, he's got a rude awakening now because Jay won it. And I mean, I think it's good storytelling. Don't get me wrong. And you capitalize on Jay being very hot at the moment with the whole Yeet thing. I do not think it. I do not think it should have carried to WrestleMania though. Like I thought they like. I hope that like now I kind of hope he changes his mind and goes for Cody because he failed with Gunther and he can't fucking hang in the ring with him, in my opinion. Their match on Raw like ended so weird and just like, or Saturday night's main event. And I don't know if it's because they had to call it early. I don't know why, but it was.
Yeah,
it wasn't
2 weeks in a row of it, and
it wasn't something I want to see for another. We still have what 2 PLEs before WrestleMania? Like
Chamber, right?
Is it just Chamber?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was another one for some reason.
Maybe there is. I don't know.
But I don't. Well, yeah, there's got to be, right? It's February fucking 1st, dude.
No, so March.
No, yeah, March and April.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Did you like the structuring?
I enjoyed that it felt like 2 matches. The men's Royal Rumble basically felt like 2 matches. It felt like the first 15, and then it felt like everybody after Roman. So It was like Joe Hendry kind of ended the first half of the Rumble, and then once you got Roman, they filled the ring with stars, and it became stars. And it became the stars. The first half was about the gimmicks, right? It was the NXT guys, the mid-card belt holders.
Nobody from NXT.
Oh yeah, I guess Carmelo Hayes isn't from NXT anymore, is he?
He's been
Speed.
I called it.
Yeah, you did call that one. But yeah, they definitely like the second half was superstar heavy, and it felt like 2 matches. It really did. Yeah, and I liked it.
Forever long too.
Did it? Did you think so?
Well, I mean, I just kept watching Penta Lane in the corner.
Well, I didn't. I mean, I there was the difference between this. I mean, they let it fill up. They let the ring fill up in both Rumbles. They let the ring fill up, and people really had to work to get eliminations for the most part. I didn't feel like any elimination. I mean, there was probably 1 or 2 that I'm gonna forget, but like, it didn't feel like too many were cheap. It felt like they were earned or they were part of a story.
Right.
Yeah.
Kaiser was probably bad.
Kaiser was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kaiser was bad.
Speed was bad.
No, he knocked out Akira before he even got, so, and I mean, I didn't want to see him in there anyway, unless he was going to help Otis, which he can't help Otis.
Right.
Dude, Otis is
probably going to get fired, right?
Otis's outfit. Oh my God. Do you think so?
I mean, what do you do with him?
I mean, they obviously don't know what to do with him, but
I think that's the problem.
The crowd loves Otis, man.
They do. I mean, is he going to wrestle Braun Strowman? Because that's really all you got.
No, he's not.
Right.
No, you're right. I mean, I don't know. Okay. I mean, I like Otis, and if you don't have room for him, and there is a problem with that, but that's where TNA needs to kind of like, we're going to figure out what goes on here with TNA. We're going to find out if it's like, hey, like, we're not sending you down to NXT on your developmental contract. You can work independent, but TNA, you're going to have a work in with us or whatever. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes with the, first of the new year fires. And
I know you're not a basketball guy.
I'm not a basketball guy.
The Mavericks just traded Luka to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, which is crazy. Anyways, no Randy.
Wait, say that again.
The Mavericks just traded Luka, who is their franchise, to the Lakers for Anthony Davis.
Isn't Anthony Davis like old?
Older. Yeah. That's like the biggest blockbuster trade in the NBA in probably 20 years.
Why did Luka get traded?
Did he sleep with somebody's wife? I don't
Probably.
know. Drew stormed out of the building tonight. He's trying to pull a Punk, I guess.
Okay, so we hadn't really got to any of that. So because I'm looking through the notes just that I wrote down. Fatu versus Roman. I want to see that.
Yes.
That was pretty cool when Jacob and Roman faced off. I thought that was pretty cool. So the men's rumble but basically boiled down to Braun Breaker, Jacob Fatu,
yes,
Roman, and then you had Cena and Yi. But Roman, Braun, and Fatu all had 4 eliminations per our count.
Braun 4, Fatu 4,
yeah,
Roman 4.
Yeah.
Yes, nobody stood out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, from the first 15 people that came in, Penta was the only other one that had an elimination. We counted Speed as like a partial because there was like anytime somebody got he got an elimination, but anytime like somebody got like 2 people on him, we gave it to both. So Speed got one that way. But the point is nobody else from the first half of the fucking Royal Rumble for the men eliminated anybody.
Because they were all jobbers.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it felt like 2 matches.
Right.
Felt like 2 matches. So that really stood out. I don't know what happened. Like Punk was pissed. Punk and Seth went back to fighting. I don't know. Like I didn't see anything go wrong. Like I didn't see anything that made me think, oh, they botched that, or oh, that didn't look right. It all looked like it was pretty relatively normal, right? Or did I miss something?
No, I think it's a story.
Okay. I was so scared that Logan Paul was gonna win.
I could see it.
I was so scared that Logan Paul was gonna win.
There were. It was a shit show. Okay. it really was. I like the fact how they stacked it.
Yeah. Yeah. I do. I like
Joe Hendry does not belong in the ring with any of those guys. Sad to say.
I do not believe in Joe Hendry. I never have, by the way.
What the fuck?
Yeah? What?
Braun sucks. He's just
Braun or Braun?
Braun Breaker is a fucking star.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob Fatu is a star.
Oh, yeah.
That was your first 15. That was it. Sheamus is, I don't know what he does anymore.
Well, Sheamus has 5 more years, so strap in.
So there was no Randy Orton.
Nope.
Finn might as well just go to AEW because he's done.
Yep. Agreed.
Damian Priest, the Mighty Have Fallen.
Yep.
He's done.
Yep. Agreed.
Drew apparently legit stormed out of the building, was pissed.
Legit.
Yeah. Shinsuke looked all right?
Yeah. I mean, he looked good.
Yeah.
I like his look. I don't know if he's got anything in the tank.
No,
I mean,
I think
look at the.
guy.
Okay, I got to get this out, dude, because I'm looking at this. So we get Seth at 25.
Okay.
The last 5 people to enter this fucking Royal Rumble: Dirty Dominic Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, LA Knight, and Logan Paul. Which one of those are a top guy? Now, I'm not saying Dom isn't fucking over, but come on. And Logan Paul might be popular, but come on. Like, what are we doing here? Your last 5 are Dirty Dom, Sammy, Damian Priest, who you clearly don't want in the in like holding a title, LA Knight and Logan Paul. Like, and that's after you bring in, like, the 5 before that were your winner, Jay, AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, which, yes, I agree. I think Braun Strowman is pretty much done, but he's just so big and powerful. He's going to be able to work.
Right.
Cena and Punk, right? Also, Cena and Punk back to back, and then they basically acted like they didn't know each other. I thought that was weird. I really
Here's
did.
another take. So Jey Uso won the fucking Rumble.
Yeah.
Jimmy, his twin brother, was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yes. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, Fatu fucking took him out.
Yeah. I mean, Jacob should have been in there. My God.
Jacob should have won. Like, I wanted Jacob to win from the moment he started shaking and just destroying people. I was like, oh my God, I want him to win.
I think we're going to get Jacob and Braun Breaker at Mania.
Oh, I would like that.
Yeah.
I would like that. Dude, that could be, dude, you put them in a cage or in a, at all?
Need it.
No, they really don't. Yeah, fair.
Street fight.
Sheamus
and Drew are done. They're done.
Well, Sheamus is not. Sheamus signed a 5-year deal.
I understand that, but he's never going to be taken seriously again. Like, Sheamus is on the same level as The Miz right now.
Sheamus is going to win the Intercontinental belt. Like, if like strong. One way. No, I know, and I'm not saying that he's going to win
Sheamus
it and keep
probably
it.
Shinsuke. I could see that more of a fit.
Sheamus has been working with Ron lately. Okay. And it's the only belt he hasn't won. So, yeah, he's gonna get it. I don't know how or when or what's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna happen. So he's not done. Drew is a star. I don't like, he just is. He's moving merch. He's got people like affected. He's just, I don't know if it's legitimately like from a personal level, he's just not, he just doesn't want to be there, or he's legitimately pissed about what happened with Punk. I don't know. It could all be a fucking work, and he could just be really good at his job. I watched him do the versus the what's it called, the wings challenge thing, the hot wing, like the hot TV ones? Show, yeah, Hot Ones, like the versus one, with him and Sheamus. So I learned a lot about both of them, actually, because I didn't know, like they both wrestled each other over in Europe when they were young and shit. Like, they've known each other forever, like, and that was pretty cool. If Drew legitimately like left tonight pissed off, it would lead me to believe that maybe it wasn't supposed to go down the way it did. I don't want to believe that. I want to believe that, they always wanted Jay to win and something bad didn't. I don't know, dude. I'm going to have to go back and watch, because I know after Punk left and we all found out the next night when he wasn't on Raw, and we knew during the match, like when you go back and watch that Rumble, you can see he's hurt. You can see he's pissed. You can. So if that's what happened, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it, to be honest. Like, I don't know where you put Drew. Like, I don't know where you put a lot of people. That's a problem you don't want to have, man. Like, you got to be able to work people. And I don't know. Maybe we're just looking at it from up too close because this is the Rumble and everybody looks like they're a contender for the title because that's what everybody is supposed to look like. You know, like a few weeks from now when everything kind of shakes out. I mean, who do you think are the 8 men in the is it 8 or is it 6 in the
Six.
chamber? 6. Okay.
6.
So you got 4 pods, 2 people. So I mean, who are your 6 people in the elimination chamber, right as of right now? You know, for either title, for either thing, like what do we do? Like what's the gimmick? You know, like there's so much you know, we say, okay, the first 15 only had this and the second 15 had all of this, but like realistically, there's probably 6, 7, 8 people on that list that could all be in a title like conversation right now. Like for the men, for the women, probably not. But
probably 3.
Yeah,
Max.
Yeah, that were in the Rumble tonight. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, actually, Alexa kind of like, what do you do with Alexa? Does she jump the list? Does she have to go through the tags? Does she have to work? Does she work with Lyra? Does she go work with Lyra?
That would make sense.
Yeah. Chelsea, I think
maybe.
I think well, in that, like, I think Chelsea kind of got her person tonight, didn't she? I don't remember how that went. See, this is the thing. I haven't been able to process it all. Just fucking watched it, but Ivy definitely is. Looks like she's going to be coming for a belt.
Lyra.
Yeah.
Chelsea got B-Fab and
okay.
Last Legend.
That she eliminated.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know.
She's probably going to go with the 3. That faction.
Someone's got to come after her, right? I thought it was pretty wild to have Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and John Cena all in the ring, and still have a ring full of other people. I thought that was interesting. That when they're having their moment, there's still all those other people like in the ring. When Roman came in and cleared it out, and they just left Penta in the corner. Like it was him and Fatu and Jimmy, and then they just Jimmy, and then they just left fucking Penta hanging out in the corner. Eliminated everybody else, but Penta got to chill in the corner while
he was in the corner most of the match, and then he would hit a Canadian destroyer and then go back to the corner. Weird, right?
I don't know, man. It's a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Every year there's somebody who does that shit.
They killed AJ tonight too.
Did they? How do you feel? How do you figure?
Well, he was going for the fantastic forearm or phenomenal forearm, and then Logan just.
I don't know. It was Logan Paul. Big star. AJ came back tonight. AJ's been gone.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's just good to have him back in. Like, I think it's good to have AJ back. I was happy that AJ.
He looked like $1 million.
Oh yeah, yeah.
John didn't.
No,
and
no, John.
That's how I felt like about Bliss. Like you're hyping her up. Like
I thought Alexa looked fucking fantastic.
She wasn't tan or anything. She was pale.
Well, she had her face all painted pale and shit too. She's doing the Twisted Bliss.
I don't know.
But no, John,
the bald spot wasn't as visible.
It was way more visible. See, dude, did we watch the same fucking show? Like his bald spot was the whole back of his head, but oh my god, he was so pale, and the muscle mass loss is like
he got the saggy tit disease.
It's like he's bones, man.
Yeah,
and he looked. He kind of looked like maybe he'll show up at Mania for Make-A-Wish. Like he did not look healthy, and I don't know why.
Timu John Cena.
and they built it up as this whole tour. I don't think he'll do another fucking thing, will he? He was supposed to do Elimination Chamber, right? Like he's supposed to be in the Elimination Chamber match. He'll come out and cut a fucking promo like he did at fucking Netflix.
Maybe.
He looked bad. And then to end it when he's
Yeah, that was acting John Cena with the fakes.
Oh my god! And then
he didn't even take a bump.
When he went to go do the 5-knuckle shuffle too, and he's like,
he was yeah.
Oh, he so oversold everything. It was so bad, dude.
You're killing Super Cena for me. I was in there praying for the guy to win the fucking Rumble.
Oh, because you didn't want, Yeet. I didn't want him to win. John Cena winning the Royal Rumble would have been like only the second or third worst possible thing that could have happened. I would have rather have had Logan win, to be honest, because it would have made way more sense. At least then you're building on the future instead of giving it to, John. And I don't like hating on John, man. I think John's great. I don't know him, but everything I know about him from all of the time that I've watched him over the years, he's a good dude. He treats people really well. Like he seems to be just like one of the good guys. But
like I finished last.
Yeah, I'm done with him. Yeah, I don't like. Now I'm stumbling on words. I think that means that it's time. So you saw my board, right? Like, so we had our whole list. Like, dry erase board, kept that going. It was a good time.
Who won?
Me, dude. I won. So my son won the women's Royal Rumble. One of my sons. I have 3 sons, so fucking saying my son. And then I won the eliminations. So we did. We each had a total of 15 people because there were 4 of us. So we each had 15 people between both Rumbles. Like 15 or 7, and then 8, and then 7. Like, so I had 8 people in the women's, or 8 people in the men's, and my boys had 2 of the boys had 8 people in the women's. And anyway, so I won the eliminations. I had the most eliminations because I ended up getting Naya. So that kind of made a huge difference. And then after that, I also got I got Jay. So Jay was another one that I got. So Jay ended up winning, obviously. So I got the win and I got the most eliminations. No, that's what started the whole hullabaloo because, fucking kids, poor losers. They were mad. They were throwing they were pouting because I won, so they weren't going to get their money. And I got up to hand them I got up to go get the gift cards, and I'm hamming it up, but I was going to give him to him anyway because I spent the money, right? Like I already bought them. The money's gone, and I did it for the fun. But I won. But I was still going to fucking give it to him. But then when I go to grab him and I turn around and I'm like looking at them and they're just, and I'm like, what's wrong? And then it just goes and I'm like, motherfuckers.
I knew it.
Of course. I mean, it's predictable, dude. It's not like I'm the first fucking father who's had an issue with their teenage sons being fucking, unappreciative. Like, give me a break. But I did get very worked up over it because I'm just sick of it, dude. It's just getting to a place where I'm so fucking sick of it. But whatever. I'm sure that's a relatable thing. Like, I don't know.
Not for me, but.
Well, I mean, for people with kids, obviously. I mean,
viewers,
people without kids.
Viewers that are watching the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So many of them. But no, I don't know, man. Maybe someone with kids. But yeah, it definitely had me fucking heated. And then when I got on here and we had technical difficulties, yeah, I definitely I was definitely sweating there for a little bit, man. Oh, that's pretty fucking worked up.
How about the Godfather on camera smoking a joint?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good shit.
Oh my God, dude. All in all, like I said at the beginning, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Did I enjoy it? Did I hate it? Did I love it? No, I definitely didn't love it, and I definitely didn't hate it. Which I think is probably better, right? Like, I don't know. I had a really hard time during the PG era where I hated watching it, and yet I still did. But every PLE, it was just, well, pay-per-view, it was just like, this is fucking dumb. Like, what are we doing here? And I got so pissed whenever Cena is headlining over Punk, and when Punk's got this like title run, even before that, like Nexus stuff, people get buried, Cena just burying people left and right. Triple H was still burying people at that time. Like, and he was too. That's the thing. Like, H buried people right up until the minute he retired.
And then after he retired, they buried the fucking Revival.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't know who's getting buried right now and who isn't, and I don't think it's as obvious. I think that they don't do the mean, like, hazing type shit that Vince put people through, so it's not as clear. But like, there are people being buried, and I think it's, some of them are going to piss people off at some point when you realize it, when you wake up and realize that they're gone, and you're like, fuck, you know. But that happens. I mean, that happens in every place every time.
So last year when we started this, I think we loved the show last year.
We did.
And this year, it's just.
I mean, again,
It's not night one of WrestleMania, but
no. But it's not night 2 either.
No.
You know, that's because I feel 50-50. And I don't like feeling 50-50. It kind of makes me like impartial. Like, okay, so we had this show super fucking hyped, and I'm like, you know, at different points in the show, I definitely was like into it, and that's good. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, I can't wait. I seriously, I'll be excited to watch Raw on Monday. I'm not like, I think
the problem.
Why? Why do you think that's a problem? I think that's a good thing.
I mean, now more than ever, you don't know the direction, so you want to watch Raw. And I think that's how they designed it.
Yeah, okay. I get, so you think that's a problem because designing something like a Royal Rumble but isn't that what the Royal Rumble is supposed to do? Because it's kind of like you get on the road to WrestleMania, right? Yeah. So I mean, like,
there's no clarity though, because you have Punk Roman, you have Seth Roman, you have Punk. Where's John going? Like,
so I guess the problem that you could run into is by the time you get to WrestleMania, nothing feels like it's so set in stone that it's going to be a great WrestleMania payoff, right? Like, that's what you're saying. Like, and okay. I can't. I have no argument for that, because right now there is zero clarity. There are a few things that you can pick out and be like, okay, but I mean, we've gotten out of Royal Rumbles and not known who Undertaker was going to face.
You know? Yeah, I mean, that's true, but I don't know. It's just well, now you're what? You're 2 months away from Mania.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most fun show of the year, Royal Rumble.
Always.
Now you have to sit through the Chamber, which is meh. I'm not a big Chamber guy.
I think the problem with the Chamber feels like a lame duck.
It is.
Right? Like, because you don't expect anything to change, because that would completely disrupt whatever Mania already has like in the works, right? Like, so you just assume going into Elimination Chamber, you're not going to get anything swervy. Nothing's going to be interesting.
This year you
It's
are.
just going to progress what is happening.
Well, you're going to get who's going to fight Cody, because you don't know. Because Jay is clearly going for Gunther.
Why not put it? I said this about Gunther when I thought that there was the possibility that whoever won would go after Cody, which what like if Roman won, which was kind of like, I'm glad Roman didn't win, by the way. Why not put him in the match? Like, why, if you already know, right? If Jay comes out on fucking Raw and says, Gunther, I'll see you at Mania, blah, 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 all that shit. And we know that, then why not put the belt up in the Elimination Chamber prior to Mania? Like the other belt, right. But if you're going to do it to where that's the way Cody's opponent, whoever wins the Royal Rumble has to choose which champion which belt they're going to go after at Mania, and then Elimination Chamber, the other match is for the other spot. I guess I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know, and I am excited. And we will get to Elimination Chamber without. Man, I can't book it right now. Like, I probably could if I really fucking tried, but like, I can't book it right now. So
that's business. Exactly.
And no matter what, that's why I think I have the confusion, because they tried to do a few different things tonight, right? They really played to the money. I mean, they did. Cena came out and did the dog and pony show with all his new merch. Yeet wins the Royal Rumble. Like they played that game, but they also did some real business with Cody and KO, and potentially teasing even further a Cody heel run, which I think everybody is like, oh, but they're teasing it, and it's maybe, right?
But then you think about it. If Cody goes heel, you could go Jay.
Yeah, I mean, again, they keep it's booked right now to where there's a lot of open lanes for them to go into. The issue is if that starts creating like untold stories. Right. So there's that's one of the things that people don't talk about when it comes to the Attitude Era. Like, because we just don't criticize the Attitude Era, is stop and start storytelling where like everything's chaotic. So like you're not, like, you might start something, and then if you start something over here too, and then this one's what some people think they're going to get, and then they get this, and then they're like, but what about that? And then what about that? What about that? Then nobody's ever happy, and none of them ever feel like they're paying off, and we're not doing storytelling anymore. We're back in the NWO, and fucking Bischoff and Russo are fucking booking. Right. And I'm not saying that's where we're going, but we're talking about it, and it's like, fuck, man, that confusion feeling. Because we might be heading that right.
I think they've designed it so that you need to watch Raw and SmackDown. You need to go. It's a money business now. Normally you had the clarity of saying, oh, X is going to fight Y. I'm just saying the night of the Rumble. You're like, oh, X is going to fight Y. We'll get that in 2 months, so I can invest in that storyline. And we do not have that tonight.
That's a good point. That's
where my frustration is.
Well, I understand that, because it's invest in the product, not in
what you want to see.
And that is a harder sell for me too. I
Right.
agree, because I don't want to do that. I want you to hook me.
Right.
Now, obviously, I'm way past that. You're way past that. But I understand what you're saying.
I don't watch
And
the weekly stuff. If there's something I want to see,
fair enough.
then I'll I'll watch the YouTube video on it, that particular thing. But
Yeah.
I'm not putting. And now tonight they added another freaking show.
I saw that on Tubi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna watch it, but
No, they added another one too. Didn't you see Bully Ray promote the one that they're doing
no,
during the pre-show?
oh, I didn't watch the pre-show.
Yeah, Bully Ray is
I mean,
fucking
the fucking
doing.
business is smoking hot right now.
What's that?
Their business is smoking hot, but they're
100%.
getting
100%.
all of it.
Yeah.
And then you go on the other channel, and I bet they don't do 150 tonight, 150K.
I think that the stories are going to take shape. I'm not discouraged by it at all. I was just a little confused with some of the booking as far as like where the stories are going and what we're doing. I but let's see. Is that okay? Like in comparison to, again, going back 10 years, just 10 years, man. Like maybe fifth, yeah. Well, there you go. Like, do we want it predictable to that extent? Do we want to know 3 months before it happens that, yeah, Cena's gonna fucking win again? Like,
Well, that's the thing, though. We've been trained
Mm-hmm.
to know and see, and now we're not.
Yeah, they're changing the standard of it.
If you go back to the earlier WrestleManias, they built that shit for years and then carried it out. Now Mania's got to be what, 2 months away, or they moved it back a little bit, so it's probably 2.5 months. So it's like mid-April, not the first weekend.
Don't think for a second that they don't know.
No, they do 100%.
Yeah.
But I also think that they're building so that if somebody gets hurt, there's an out. But they're building. It's this more than ever is a fucking money business.
Oh, 100%.
So
yeah, I agree with you, and it is on display. Like there are more than a few moments during tonight's show that you can really point to for that. Right. The great thing is, to me, I still think there's plenty there for even a purist wrestling, like, professional wrestling.
Well, here's the thing, though, too, from our end, we both make probably a comfortable living. I'm not paying $2,000 to go to fucking WrestleMania. I love it. I've been there. I've done it. I'm not doing it again.
Well, that's kind of the thing, though, isn't it? So, like, for me, I haven't. Like, I've never been to Mania, and we were trying to make this year work. It maybe still could have, but we're just kind of not worried about it because it's just too much, and Vegas Vegas is just over. I mean, everything is more expensive there. Period. Right. I just saw something recently about the Sphere and how much money it lost, and how like it lost much more than it was projected to lose in its first year being open. But if Minnesota finally gets the one that they've been promised, or even for SummerSlam next year in Minnesota, 2-day SummerSlam, like there's still a really good chance that I'll put the money up to do it, because like the crowd, not $2,000, by the way, because I would have to buy 4 tickets at least, if not 6. So like if my wife and my daughter go, so like not 2,000, like I'm not sitting front fucking row. Like that's never gonna happen.
No, those are 15.
Well, and and that's the thing. What I'm saying is, like, I'm willing to sit nosebleeds and stare at the screen and still be part of the universe and be part of the crowd. I do it for a football game. Why the fuck? Like I do it for anything else. And while I prefer, and this is the thing with professional, I prefer to go to a building where it's 17,000 or 16,000, whatever. Like going to Rosemont to watch a Raw or SmackDown or whatever, the Target Center up in Minneapolis to watch a Raw or SmackDown. Like that is much preferable. Like I wish it was still the time when you could go see Raw in an old theater where there's only 4,000 people. That'd be awesome. But those aren't the fucking days we're in. We're in the days of 100.
You can go to the other channel and do that.
You can, and that's the thing. And maybe not even the other channel. I mean, there's indies everywhere. And again, that's another thing. Like, I'm going to be looking more into indies and more into the one near us in Rockford. There's a school, and like I'm doing research on it right now for my boys.
Up there, you would have Hornswoggle's group too.
Which one's that?
He's got his own Fed.
Does he really?
Yeah, he brings in people. Yeah.
Oh, you'll have to send that to me. But yeah,
Dylan himself.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. No, but yeah.
So here's another thing as to why I would be out on WrestleMania.
Okay.
I ain't doing 2 nights of that bullshit.
Oh, I would in a heartbeat.
Really? I did the one Mania. We just went to Mania, and that was fine. But then in Dallas, I did a travel package where we got NXT, Raw, Hall of Fame, Mania, hotel, all that.
Yeah. See, that would be a lot.
It is, but it isn't.
Well, I've always said if I were going to do it, that's the way I'd want to do it. I want to do it all. I want to do it all.
So let's look at this year. So today they added the Saturday morning NXT show. I think it's at 11:30.
Okay.
And then you're going to go to that. Then you're going to go to Mania that night. Then you're going to go to fucking WWE World Sunday morning. Then you're going to go to WrestleMania. Then you're going to go to Raw after you already went to SmackDown. Like it's way
too much.
Right? And then you also have all the indie shit.
They got to monopolize as much of your time as they can, man.
Like it's a job. It's a job.
It is.
People
take it fucking seriously, right? God. Well, like green shirt guy sitting there in the front row again.
You see they all, when they did their little tour tonight, they interviewed them and asked them all who was going to win. It was that Carrie green shirt guy, the black lady that was sitting next to them.
Mm-hmm. Like I didn't pay attention.
I saw it on YouTube or Twitter or whatever. But I went to Shimmer when I went to Jersey. Like we were in this complex. Our hotel was here. You walked across the highway, and then there was like 3 other hotels. Then there was the convention center. So you had the WrestleCon, whatever. I don't even know what it was called. Maybe WrestleCon. And then in that, they had the convention. Then the other half of that building was live events all day. So I don't know. I went to Shimmer. It was like $20. Mia Yim was there. All of them. It was fun.
Right.
I couldn't commit to that now. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm older and.
Well, you are, right. and we are. Like
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing that shit when you're in your late 20s or early 30s, you're just out having a fucking blast. Yeah. But yeah, for me, like, yeah, I get it. Overall, dude, give it a grade.
B-.
Nah, I'll take it. I agree.
B+, B-, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Last year, we probably gave it an
A. Maybe.
Probably
maybe A-, B+, probably in that range.
Bailey won and
Yeah,
Cody
Baylor.
won, so I'm
Baylor.
definitely
Yeah,
moving
well,
forward.
yeah, and again, we're still talking about back to the age of like Cody was fucking Cody.
Right.
No, I don't know, man. I think that they're clearly in a great place. They're clearly in a place where they can fill a stadium in the Midwest in the middle of winter.
You get a lot of people that traveled though. So you get your Chicago, you have Detroit, you have
I mean,
Columbus.
that's fine, but you're traveling to a
Crescent.
Midwestern city in the middle of winter,
This is
right?
true. Yeah.
So there's nothing else to do, and it's freezing fucking cold. So it's not a
Right.
vacation, dude. The only reason you're
It is
going
for
is
those
for
people though.
no, but and that's what I'm saying. The
Right.
only reason you're going is for that. Like when you go to WrestleMania in New York, it's like, yeah, but we can go for 5 days and spend some time in New York. 'Cause I've
Right.
never been to New
That's
York
what I did
City,
in
or
New York.
you do it in Miami or NOLA or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not Indianapolis.
Right.
That's not
Indianapolis is Indianapolis.
So the fact that it's it did what it did, and I mean I have clearly no love for the fans. Like they didn't do a good job in my opinion, but I am willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and say maybe the miking is just not good enough, and WWE needs to do some better work for their giant stadium shows.
Well, you can judge that crowd over the next couple of days with TikTok videos and X videos or whatever, because they're going to be out there.
That's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
I
have to imagine it was loud as fuck inside of that building.
Yeah.
I have to.
So tonight you're on your road to WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
You heard all about Toronto, but then they already planted the seed of, well, WWE World is going to be the biggest and best that it's been. We know that we have the biggest superstore for WrestleMania week. Like all that shit. And it's just planting seeds to take your money, which bravo to them, but
it's always been that way, dude.
I don't think it has to this magnitude.
No, because there hasn't been as much stuff. Like it does feel like this is, I don't know, maybe like to me, belts are everywhere now. Like my kids are getting belts.
Taxi cab conventions going on over there.
Okay, moving along. Everything, yeah. I mean, I get it, but it's more global.
Yeah,
like it's more global than it's ever been. So they're selling shit around the world, and I don't know, man. Like I've been here since the beginning, and so have you. Not the beginning, but the beginning of the real, what WWE is. Like we've been there since the beginning. So like we've seen it grow. We know it's grown. Things like compared to the rest of the world, that like it doesn't feel any different than when I was a kid. I get what you're saying, but I had the Macho Man Randy Savage and the Ultimate Warrior and the Hulk Hogan Pillow Buddies, or whatever they were called, the wrestling buddies, and I mean, I had the first, the blue rings and the fuck, like that's all. Like it doesn't feel like I mean, I didn't have a full size like replica belt like you can get now, but the internet is the internet, so like you can buy anything.
It just, to me, it just seems so grimy. Like,
well, I think it's what makes it feel grimy to me is Fanatics.
Oh, yeah.
And we can have a very long conversation on this on Fanatics, because Fanatics is gross. I don't like I don't know where the fuck Fanatics as a thing like was able to conglomerate every major professional sports organization in this country into one shitty Chinese garbage factory of uniforms and replica. Like everything is garbage, and it's everything now. Like you can't get like Fanatics. I think Fanatics has a part to play in what you're talking about, and the gear is not as good as it used to be. Like buying it from WWE shop, you're not getting WWE official gear. You're getting from some partner that they screen it and send it to you. So there is a lot of negative to that aspect of it for me, and I don't know, man. Greedy is greedy. Like it's everywhere. Everybody wants your fucking money. Just as long as you don't have it. Just as long as you don't keep it. Just as long as you don't do something good with it.
I don't know.
But of all the things in this world that I give my money to, professional wrestling is definitely the best.
I don't feel that way tonight, but tomorrow I may.
All right. Well, that's a great way to end a show right there, sir.
Right.
It's been an honor talking about the Royal Rumble. Thanks for anyone who's actually gotten to this point. We love you and appreciate you. And seriously, if you do, leave us a comment, please, with the word poopy.
The show was poopy.
Poopy? No, but yeah, dude, Mazzasak. We did it again. Royal Rumble. Our first show when we first fucking started was the Royal Rumble last year, and here we are doing this one.
And we didn't get any better.
Oh, I think we've gotten a ton better.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
I think we covered it all, buddy.
Yeah. Chelsea, biggest star.
Mm-hmm.
Tag match, meh.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Ladder match, awesome.
Mm.
Rumble match, meh. But eat and tune into Netflix on Monday for $24.99 a month, and you can watch and see where this is going, because the two most intellectual demons have no fucking clue.
None whatsoever.
Bye.
Bye, guys.